And we are back with Mayor Nancy Vaughan answering your questions. The number is right there on the bottom of your screen, 336-379-5775. That way you can get your question answered. There is a question that actually I was going to ask you about.
Yes.
So a lot of residents are getting this letter that comes from the city of Greensboro from Water Resources, and it's telling them that their service line is of an unknown service material and that there could be lead in the water. So tell me what's going on with this.
You know, I could see why this would concern people. It would certainly concern me. I think that this letter, very similar letter, went out maybe 2 years ago or so. And this is something that we were compelled to do by the EPA, and it is to identify older lines so that they can be replaced, especially if they're going to add to lead in the water. The city is not responsible for the pipes on somebody's private property. We know what's in the street in front of your house, but we don't necessarily know what's in your house. So that is why we need to find out from you what type of pipes that you have.
So this would really affect homes that are older.
Older.
And we're talking about the pipes that go from like your water meter to your house, and then the pipes that are bringing the water to your house and inside your house.
And certainly if there are further questions, they can call the number on the letter. But this is something that the EPA has required of us. And you know, chances are if you got this letter, you probably didn't respond the first time a few years back. And again, it'll be older properties that this will impact most. That doesn't mean if you're a newer property that you don't follow through with that.
But it says you can get your water tested, and you can contact the city for that.
Yes, and you know, I believe that we have safe drinking water. I drink out of the tap all the time. I drink well beyond the recommended ounces per day. And I don't buy bottled water. I drink it right out of the tap, and I'm fine.
Okay.
So, and I've always given it to my kids. So I think people should be comfortable drinking the city's tap water.
So what you're saying is that it's not like a systemic issue. It is really just with the pipes that are coming from the meter to the house that we're worried about.
Yeah,
here.
and I don't want people to think, oh my goodness, I shouldn't be drinking tap water, because that is not the message that this letter is sending. But we do want to know if you've got lead going into your house. You may remember a couple years ago there was a big hubbub in the school system because it was showing that there was lead in the water. That wasn't even the pipes, that was the fixtures. So it's always good to test your water to make sure that it is the most drinkable that we can have, but rest assured, coming out of the plants, our drinking water is safe.
Okay. This is a question that someone is asking, and I know that you'll have an answer for this. What is the likelihood of Greensboro bringing back the vacuum trucks to pick up all of our leaves?
Not likely at all, considering that most of those trucks have been sold off. And it's really great to see the way that small businesses have embraced this and that they are offering the vacuum service. So I don't think it's likely that we would go out and buy a fleet of trucks, because that's what we would be talking about. I do have a couple numbers for the pickup period between November 1st and November 8th. They had picked up 497 tons of yard waste. So that's roughly 100 tons per day, an average of 13 trucks out on any given day. A lot of people are using this service, and I have to say, when I drive around in neighborhoods, I think the streets look cleaner now than they ever had at this time of year, because people were piling things in the street. I think they've gotten the message that putting them in the street is not acceptable. There was a little bit of a concern, what happens to leaves that fall organically on the street in front of your house? No, we don't expect you to rake them up and put them on your property. For leaves that just fall, they fall, and they'll be taken care of.
The numbers that you have, do you have numbers that can help put them into context for that same time period from the year before?
I don't have it, but I can get you that and send it over.
That way we can look at that and see what that looks like. All right, somebody wants to know, are there any other building projects planned for areas near or around the Topgolf area?
So I believe right on the Topgolf property, I think that there are future plans for a hotel, and that they're looking for another sporting type entertainment. But that area right around Topgolf certainly is going to begin to grow. Because that really is an economic catalyst. It's interesting when you talk to site selectors, they look for certain things in a city. Are you a Trader Joe's city? Do you have a Trader Joe in town? Topgolf is one of the things that they really look for. Do you have a Topgolf in your community? It's interesting the things that are important to site selectors. Amenities in a city are actually more important than property tax.
Because that's how people will spend their money. If those stores or those kinds of amenities are going strong, then it signals to them that the people are willing to spend their money there.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, all right, so we're gonna be talking about FEMA possibly coming to the Old Hebrew Academy. We're gonna be talking about affordable housing. I've got several other questions here. We've got one last segment for you. So again, if you've got a question for the mayor, you need to text it in now. Right now, we're gonna take a quick break and take a look at that forecast.